Hi there, this is just a follow-up video to one I made just the other week about a self-closing sliding door mechanism that I made just out of some cheap PVC pipes and a sliding door roller. And the mechanism, I'm happy to say, still works very well. The sliding door that closes by itself even when you have children. Yes, it's quite amazing. It's made a huge difference in our kitchen dining area. We don't get anywhere near as many flies as before, and the heat stays out and the cool stays in when the air conditioner's on, so it's absolutely amazing. But there was a few comments made regarding the children and the safety of their fingers, whether their fingers will get caught in the door, and that actually did happen. Jumani got his fingers caught in the door. Poor fella, it really hurt, and yep, he learned his lesson, so that seems like the problem solved. Well, just so that we don't have that possibility happen again, I come up with a good solution. Actually, my brother made the comment, why don't you put some water in the outer case, and that will slow the thing down, and I had actually thought of that myself, so we got two heads thinking the same there. But anyway, I tried it, and it didn't work as well as I hoped. But after a lot of trial and error and coming up with different ideas, I come up with an absolutely fantastic solution. What we're going to do now is we're going to actually put something different here, because I think I've got a better idea than this. So we're going to cut this off. Just get a saw. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue one of these sting pipe caps onto the bottom of this. There we go, that's stuck on nice and tight. This is just a piece of ordinary old swimming pool foam floater thing. That's all it is. So what we'll do, we'll cut off about so much. That fits quite nicely on there, like that. So now we have a floatable plunger. What we'll do is we'll put a bit of Celastic on it, just to glue it together so it doesn't come apart. And we'll just cut this shape to this. Now, the reason we didn't put a plunger on the bottom of this to slow it down, which would slow down, but then when it would come back up, it would take forever to be able to come back up, and you would have to drag that up with the doors to get it to come back up. So it needed to have a plunger that was separate to this, but one that would make its own way back up. So what we've done is we've made a floating plunger that comes back up. And this will block this so the water doesn't flow right into that, straight into that straight away. Of course, some water's going to go in there, and that's fine. That's why we've got the holes there like that, so that when it goes up, it all comes out very quickly. So that's the idea of it. This, we want this to make this, it's got to be buoyant, but just enough so that it will float up, because the more buoyant it is, then the harder it is going to be for this to push it down. We want it to be so that it doesn't take a lot of effort to go down, because otherwise we have put too much weight in this, and too much weight in this will then make it too hard for this to be pulled up when you open the door. So this here, we want it to be able to float up as quickly as possible. That's why we've made this hole as big as possible here, so when it comes up, there's nothing really stopping it from coming up easily. When it goes down, it's blocked off, so it goes down slow. That's the whole idea of it. So, and in a minute we'll see whether it works or not. So the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to put these wheel studs in here just for a bit of weight. Okay. Now I think that's about the right weight. It's not a real lot of weight, but it's just enough to pull that door. So the next thing we're going to do is going to tie the fishing line back up to the top of this pipe. I think I've got it about right. I won't put any more knots in it until I've just confirmed that it's the right height. We then get our main pipe and put him in there. We put the big hole upways. We drop our plunger in, go straight down. Goes down pretty quick when there's no water in there. Put this in here and make sure we've got the right. Right, so there we go. It's not quite touching it at the moment, so we must have it right at the moment. And all we've got to do is put some water in here and we're right to go. So just get some water and try it out. Now if that weight that floater down the bottom was too buoyant, it'd be wanting to push this up and it would be floating like this. So we want it to be as little buoyant as possible, so that this here is light as possible. We don't have to put so much to pull it down. So you can see it's working quite nicely there. I'll get the right and open up and see whether we've got enough water in there. Look at that. And that's how slowly you can close it. Because you see what's happening, that's blocking off the floater coming, pushing it down. When it comes up, there's nothing stopping this going up. So it works perfectly. And pulls the door closed nice and slowly, as you can see. The beauty of this thing is too, is if you just have the door, you open the door just a little bit like this, it'll still close it. And if you've got a little tiny finger and it gets stuck in the door there, like, it's not really going to hurt that much.
Let me try.
You want to have a try?
Yeah.
Come on then, you come and have a try. Alison's going to come and demonstrate it. He's got on some big shoes here. Well, this has been a really enjoyable project, one that I've really wanted to do for some time. But I'm glad I did, because it really works. It really makes a huge difference having this door just close automatically and keep the flies out, keep the cool in with the air conditioner going. Does it work? One other thing that I've done since I've filmed this is I've added some dishwasher soap to the water, which seems to make it a little bit smoother, and the bubbles, I think, make it come up just a little bit slower, and also helps to keep the water a bit clean. Well, with these things, there's always lots of ways you could do them, and perhaps you could think of a better way yourself. Nice and slow.
So all the best. Thank you.
How was that, Alison? Do you think it works well? Beautifully. And do we get any flies coming in here now?
Nope.
No flies, because the door closes every time.
I don't get